Here's an example of why the rental market in the US is garbage.
And it's like super hot too.
Oh wow, that's hot water.
Oh fuck.
This fucking idiot is trying to screw the thing back on while it's trying to push all of the water pressure on his face. So a little backstory on this. You know, these apartments were built in the 1970s, which pretty much means everything in them is ass backwards and outdated. You can find all this information in the description. I'm actually going to screenshot some of that stuff to put up. But in the newer apartments, each apartment has its own water line. But like in these old school apartments, it's all on one main valve and that's it. Which, by the way, is how the majority of apartments in the U.S. is, because all these landlords do is throw a fresh coat of paint on something and Band-Aid, or like they'll hire cheap people to come in and like Band-Aid problems, but nothing actually gets like permanently fixed. But of course, they want you to pay today's market prices for these houses and apartments that are like 50 years old. Never understood why the housing market works like this, but apparently, you know, if you have something from 50 or 60 years ago, it's still worth more money now, as, you know, compared to like a car. Like, you know, you buy a new car, as soon as you take that shit off the lot, it's worth 30% less or more. But Tammy can own an apartment complex for 30 years and then give it to her brain dead daughter, Debbie, and she can essentially make a 6-figure income doing nothing. Of course, there's different variables involved, so bear that in mind with this argument, you know, comparing housing to cars. But essentially, everyone lives in houses and apartments constructed with sticks from 50 or 60 years ago. And, you know, this guy's probably going to get paid like $30 to do this, if even that. And he's just getting scalded with hot water. I mean, it's his fault. Him and the landlord are completely to blame for this. But, you know, I'm not considered a professional plumber or anything. You know, I've done some basic things in my life, but even I know that you shouldn't try to fix a leak in a sink without turning the water line off. I like how he brought that bucket like that, like he was just expecting a little bit of trickle. Dude, he just got up and left. I guess he's going to try to turn the water line off, and that's when he's going to find out that everything is locked away in a maintenance room that's only accessible by the landlord. So here's why this happened this way, okay? Like I said earlier, the apartment complex has one water line for every apartment, which means they can't just turn the water off on this apartment. They have to do like an all or nothing kind of thing. And city, you know, city ordinances or whatever they call it, codes, city codes, they require you to have water accessible to your tenants, and if you don't, they'll fine you. In this particular case, it's $150 for every 30 minutes. And of course, the landlord, you know, they don't just have $150 to spare. You know, it's not like they get thousands of dollars a month for, you know, their apartments or anything. She found this guy that was willing to try to fix this with the water line on to avoid paying that $150 fee. And so the tenant's trying to vacuum all this water up, which is basically just a useless thing to do. But doing something is better than doing nothing, which is exactly what the landlord is doing, because they tried to blame this shit on the tenants.
What a fucking moron. I can't believe he's doing that.
So, you know, any reputable plumber would be approached and be like, yo, can you fix this with the water still turned on? they would probably laugh in your face. They'd be like, "Are you joking right now?"
What the fuck?
One thing I'll say that this apartment has that mine doesn't is good water pressure. Oh, so this genius here is going to funnel the water from the hot pipe to the bathtub, I guess.
Can you call the police or something? Tell them to get them to shut the fucking water off or something.
Yeah, get the fucking police,
Are you
man.
calling the police or something? Oh, we need to get the water off now.
Okay.
They called on the phone now.
By this point, the tenant that is below them is realizing that there is something going on upstairs, and it's not good.
They need to get the water off. So, is the water off yet?
It is off.
You turn the water off? Good. It's still on. It's still going.
It is off.
Doesn't look very off.
¿Estás bien? Ya llamé a la cruz.
I don't know why he's even still trying to do that. Like, it's not going to work. There's no way that you could do that. No way. It'd be like trying to hammer a nail into a brick. Like, no, it's not happening, Chief. You're not going to screw something in with water pressure up to 90 psi squirting at you with steaming hot water, which, you know, being hot makes it worse. Is he really trying to funnel the water to the toilet? That's gonna literally help for like 1 second. Does he not realize how much water a toilet bowl holds compared to like how much water is coming at him? You know, there's a tub there that holds like 50 gallons of water, right? It's probably a better idea to do that.
It's so far 8.5 minutes. I recorded it since 5 seconds after.
Thank you. I appreciate your help. Thank you, thank
You know, next time you think about your landlord hiring someone to come fix your shit, this might be the genius that shows up.
Put it into the fucking shit. Oh, God.
It's comical at this point.
This whole fucking bedroom's fucking ruined. God damn it, son of a bitch. Fucking shit.
This guy cusses more than I do. But I mean, that's understandable.
Fucking. I wonder what's going on downstairs.
When you turn it on and you turn it off, they charge $150.
Fucking, what the hell is this shit? This is worth fucking thousands!
I feel like the only guy with logic in this video is the dude filming. Man, these guys really need some flex tape. Dude, I know that motherfucker did not just try to shut the damn doors on the sink. And like the fact that he's still just standing there letting it scald his skin. You know, I appreciate the dedication, but you fucked up, man. Matter of fact, you fucked up 10.5 minutes ago on this video. It's over, dude.
Oh, shit. No le muevas porque te vas a quemar.
So thankfully, this dude actually filmed this incident because the landlord tried to blame this on the tenants. But when they went to court, you know, the tenant ultimately had to pay all the repair damages. It ruined 2 apartments. So she had to pay to repair those 2, and she had to pay to house these 2 families. I guess probably in motels or something. But yeah, good riddance, you know, because you wanted to save $150 by doing it a stupid way, and now you had to pay probably $10,000 at least to do all of that. So hope you learned your lesson. But guys, ultimately, I mean, that's what's horrible about this whole housing market situation. You know, even if you're not dealing with a scenario like this, you know, you're paying a lot of money for like some house or apartment that was built like 50 or 60 years ago. And for some reason, we just allow it to happen. But this sucks, and I hate it for the families. Of course, this was from 7 years ago, so hopefully they're in a better place now.